Okay, here's another one. So when my son was, I don't know, 5 or 6 years old, I gave him a pocket knife for his birthday. It was just a little Swiss Army knife. It wasn't anything big. And any guy in this room will tell you that when your daddy gives you a pocket knife for your birthday, that's more than a gift. That's a rite of passage. You've moved from boyhood to manhood. And like I said, it was just a little Swiss Army knife. He was having a good. Well, everything was fine till one day Gail's looking out the kitchen window and she sees our boy and his best friend jumping up and down the trampoline. My son's got the knife blade out. And she's like, no, no, no. You got to take that away. I said, no, you can't take it away. It's like a rite of passage. It'll break his heart. She goes, well, you better do something because I'm not calling that other kid's mom telling him he got stabbed because we let him jump up and down the trampoline with a knife. And I said, all right, I got it. So I walk out there and I said, hey, buddy, I said, I got an idea. I go, look, can I just see your knife? Because I thought, here's what I'll do. I'll take his knife. I'll go out in the garage. I'll cut the blade of the knife off, give him the rest of the knife back. He don't care. He's 5 years old. Have you ever tried to cut the blade off a knife? Well, for those of you who have not, let me tell you something. It's like made of steel. I'm in the garage with pliers aren't working, wire snips aren't working. I go, I need a pair of bolt cutters. So I put the knife in my pocket, drove over to the Home Depot to get a pair of bolt cutters. But they want $50 a pair. Yeah, I think that's a little overpriced. I mean, I only need it for one job. I know what I'll do. I'll just borrow their bolt cutters. I'll slip off behind the lumber section there, snip that blade off that knife, put the bolt cutters back, give my son his knife back. Everybody's happy. I'm in the corner of the Home Depot, hiding behind the plywood with a pair of basically stolen bolt cutters. And I'm squeezing on the blade of that knife, and I'm squeezing. I heard dink, and I went, ow, God. And I look, and the blade has flown into my shoulder. My shirt is soaking with blood. I'm like, what the hell? And I can't pull the blade out. I've seen those TV shows. Yeah, where a guy's got a knife sticking at him, he's just fine until some jackass pulls the blade out, and then he bleeds out right there. And let's face it, it's not like I can go to the Home Depot manager and go, hey, dude, I gave my son a pocket knife for his birthday, and you know that's like a rite of passage. But my wife saw him jumping up and down the trampoline with a knife blade out. Well, apparently that's a button push for her. Said, you got to take it away. I said, you can't take it away. It's like a rite of passage. She said, well, you better do something, because I'm not going to call that other boy's mom and tell him he got stabbed because we let him jump up and down the trampoline with a knife blade out. So I went in the garage. I tried pliers. They didn't work. It's like made of steel. So I thought I went to Home Depot, get a pair of bolt cutters. They want $50 a pair. I think that's a little overpriced, don't you? I mean, I just want to borrow your bolt cutters. I don't need to buy the whole damn house. But, you know, I went behind the lumber sector with a pair of basically stolen bolt cutters, squeezed the blade off that knife, but it stuck me in the shoulder. I mean, I can't say that. My wife will never be a tutor. She does not have the patience for it. This would be a typical conversation between me and her. Baby, I don't understand how they got the answer to that math problem. She goes, well, how can I make it any easier? It's right there in front of you in black and white. And I go, I don't care if it's on pink paper with blue polka dots. I don't know how they got that answer. She goes, well, what do you want me to do? I go, tell me how they got the answer. She goes, well, then that'd be cheating and you haven't really learned anything because it's just me doing the math problem in it. So how do we deal with this? I said, here's how we deal with it. You're fired. And then I got a real tutor and he got me through it. But here was my question. I was getting a Christian studies major. Why does a Christian studies major even need a math class? Right? All I need to know is there was 12 apostles, 10 commandments, he spent 3 days in a grave. Boom, aced it. And I did the whole thing online for 2 reasons. 1, because I was still touring. But 2, I didn't want the other kids to know how old I was. But I think I might have blown that when I would ask questions like, what's TikTok? To me, it's the sound a clock makes. That's all I know. Well, so what would happen is the professor would email us a problem, we'd do the problem, and then email it back to him. One night I got this problem. It said, can you solve for X? And I wrote back, maybe. If you can solve for Y. As in, why the hell do I need to know this mess? When I finally knew I was going to pass the class, I called the professor in his office. I said, I've been wanting to ask you something since I started this class. He said, what's that? I said, well, my time on this planet's up, and I go to meet St. Peter. I said, is he going to give me a math problem to do? He said, probably not. I said, so you're telling me then that this university has a stricter admissions policy than heaven does? He didn't find that too funny. But to show you what an idiot I am, while I was still enrolled in college, the college classes, one night Gail and I were lying in bed, and I rolled over to her and I said, well, I guess you can tell your friends that you're sleeping with a college boy now. She goes, you know what, that's gross. And that right there, my friends, is the difference between men and women. Because there's a lot of reasons why at my age I would not sleep with a college girl. But I can tell you for a fact that gross ain't one of them. And the best thing about taking classes as an adult, if you fail a test, your thought is, hell, I got a job. Tell you what I should have done. Should have taken a class in cell phones and technology. God, I am so far behind the eight ball on this. I know now what my dad felt like when VCRs first came out. Would your parents do that? Just stare at it like, what's that blinking red light? That's the time. You have to set the time. I don't get it. That's me now. I'm telling you all the time. Like a buddy of mine called me. I was in this football pool, and he was the head of it. And he said, "I'm going to Venmo you your money." I said, "What? What the hell's Venmo?" He goes, "That's how I'm going to send you your money." I go, "You might as well burn it because I have no idea how to get it." So I don't understand this stuff. The only technology that I really like, and it's amazing to me, is Uber. It's insane. It's magical. I could be anywhere in the world. I can call my wife. 10 minutes later, a car picks me up and takes me to where I want to go, and the guy doesn't ask me for money. It's amazing. And now with this, oh my God, here's the other one. This is the other one that drives me crazy. All these acronyms are using now, nobody talks anymore. It's all in these like I know what LOL and FYI is, but like other than that, I'm out. If you're under 50 years old and you're texting me, there's a real good chance I have no idea what you're talking about. I texted with my daughter for 3 years before I realized that IDK meant I don't know. I thought it was short for stupid. So I would text her and say, "Hey, miss you, when you coming home?" She'd put IDK. I'm like, "Well, stay home then. I don't care if you think I'm stupid. I don't give a damn." Yeah, I would say, "We miss you, baby, when you coming back?" And she would type IDK, MU, and the number 2. And I'm like, I'd move. Mu to me. And I go, "Yeah, what the hell is she saying?" She's saying, "I don't know, but I miss you too." And that was so sweet. And I wish I'd have known that before I wrote her out of the will. Should have taken a class in cell phones and technology. God, I am so far behind the eight ball on this. I know now what my dad felt like when VCRs first came out. Would your parents do that? Just stare at it like, what's that blinking red light? That's the time. You have to set the time. I don't get it. That's me now. I'm telling you all the time. Like a buddy of mine called me. I was in this football pool, and he was the head of it. And he said, "I'm going to Venmo you your money." I said, "What? What the hell's Venmo?" He goes, "That's how I'm going to send you your money." I go, "You might as well burn it because I have no idea how to get it." So I don't understand this stuff. The only technology that I really like, and it's amazing to me, is Uber. It's insane. It's magical. I could be anywhere in the world. I can call my wife. 10 minutes later, a car picks me up and takes me to where I want to go, and the guy doesn't ask me for money. It's amazing. And now with this, oh my God, here's the other one. This is the other one that drives me crazy. All these acronyms are using now, nobody talks anymore. It's all in these like I know what LOL and FYI is, but like other than that, I'm out. If you're under 50 years old and you're texting me, there's a real good chance I have no idea what you're talking about. I texted with my daughter for 3 years before I realized that IDK meant I don't know. I thought it was short for stupid. So I would text her and say, "Hey, miss you, when you coming home?" She'd put IDK. I'm like, "Well, stay home then. I don't care if you think I'm stupid. I don't give a damn." Yeah, I would say, "We miss you, baby, when you coming back?" And she would type IDK, MU, and the number 2. And I'm like, I'd move. Mu to me. And I go, "Yeah, what the hell is she saying?" She's saying, "I don't know, but I miss you too." And that was so sweet. And I wish I'd have known that before I wrote her out of the will. I hate them. I had a buddy that was at the World Series game. He texted me, his text said, WIWH. And I wrote back, what? He goes, wish you were here. And I said, yeah, me too, so I could smack you in the back of the head. Talk like a damn adult. They say, oh, it saves time. No, it doesn't, because it costs me double the time trying to figure out what the hell you're saying. The only other one I know is WTF. And I think we all know that one. But sadly, that's how all my texts in. I don't know what WTF you're talking about. Goodbye. And cell phones. Oh my God. You know what would be a dream for me? Is if we could all walk in mass down to the Great Salt Lake and you all could watch me just chunk that cell phone in the water. I hate these things. I hate them. And I'm going to show remember the old days? Oh, they were so much fun. Remember answering machines? You come in, the light wasn't flashing. You didn't have friends, you didn't care. Or remember you'd call somebody, they didn't answer, you go, I'll call them back later on today. Nowadays, we got to know where everybody is 24 hours a day. It drives me nuts. I got a buddy, maybe you got a friend like this. I could be sitting on the toilet, and I'll hear his ringtone go off, and I go, oh, I'll call him back later. As soon as the phone stops ringing, my phone goes, ding! And it's him texting me saying, don't you hear me calling you? Do you got a friend like that? Okay, do what I did next time. Send him a picture of you sitting on the crapper. And type, still want to chat, WTF. Oh my God, I hate these things. But they've got us, gang. We're all hooked. As my granddad used to say, the toothpaste is out of the tube, we can't go back. I mean, it's insanity. I've made a new rule that when I go play golf, I don't take my cell phone with me. And sure enough, I'll get home and Gail will go, I tried calling you. I go, did you hear it ringing in the house? That would be, I'm not here. I don't know what the addiction is. I hate knowing that. And we all are. Have you ever lost your cell phone? Oh my God. It's like a family member passed away. People bring over casseroles, they're so sorry. Or maybe you should wait a little bit before you get a new one. Yeah, just deal with this one first. It's insane what we do. Have you ever done this? This one I knew you're sitting in your favorite chair. Cell phone sitting right there. It don't ring, buzz, chirp, nothing. And you catch yourself doing this? What are we looking for? We'd have heard it ring. I'd be willing to bet you a significant amount of cash that before cell phones, not once did you ever walk over to the wall phone and go, yep, still got a dial tone, we're good. They've got us, man. And I know where my hatred of cell phones comes from. I know there's two incidents. One, a buddy of mine got into my phone. I don't know how he did that, but he got in my phone and he changed my autocorrect. So every time I would type the letter I, it came up Big Billy. So if I text you and said, hey, can I stop by your house later? It came out, hey, can Big Billy stop by your house later? And then you'd read it and go, what a jackass. Who calls himself Big Billy? And then I'd see it and text you back and go, look, I don't really call myself Big Billy. But then that came out, look, Big Billy wrote in and called himself Big Billy. I couldn't get it off my phone. I had to go to a phone store and have a 17-year-old kid fix my phone. Well, while he's fixing my phone, I'm telling him the story. And he goes, well, I can help you get back at your buddy. I said, I'm all ears. He said, can you get in his phone? I said, oh, yeah. I said, everybody gets in his phone. He's an idiot. He tells everybody his code. And I'll tell y'all, it's 2337. If you look at it, it spells out beer. He's so proud of that. Now, don't think for 1 second there's not somebody in this theater going, you know what, that's not too damn bad, actually.